Police, military, and plainclothes security agents have taken control of strategic junctions in Uromi, Esan Northeast local government area of Edo State, following last Tuesday's first day's mob killing of 16 northern travelers. The increased security presence aims to prevent potential reprisals, with residents expressing concern over discussing the incident, especially after the arrest of at least 14 individuals believed to be connected to the tragedy. Many local attribute the mob action to the ongoing kidnapping activities in the Edo Central Senatorial District, though they acknowledge that there was no justification for the violence. Military vehicles have been seen patrolling highway areas and hotspots, while the presence of plainclothes security agents has intensified suspicion among residents. As businesses resume operations, banks in the area remain cautious, with some limiting services due to fear of reprisal attacks. A banker shared that they had to close early the previous Friday in anticipation of potential unrest. Despite efforts by Governor Monday Ekpebolo to ease tensions, including the suspension of the local security chief and visits to the families of victims, Uromi residents continue to live in fear of further violence. The reported incident where the victims were allegedly mistaken for kidnappers has further fueled anxiety in the community. A resident suggested that government failure to address the escalating insecurity may have contributed to the mob's frustration, while others have called for better protection from the authorities. More worrisome for them is the fact that they don't know when and how the reprisal would happen. Consequently, the people are in panic mode. A resident who resides near Uromi Market and Motor Park insisted that the victims were not hunters as claimed. He said the driver coming from the east saw them loading guns into a waiting truck. He ran and brought the information to the vigilante in Ubiaja. When vigilantes tried to stop the truck, the driver almost knocked them down. The vigilantes then used bikes to follow them to know the routes they would take and then inform the vigilante team in Uromi. They said the Uromi people used another truck to stop the truck, and in the course of trying to search the vehicle, one of the occupants attacked one person with a jackknife, and that is what caused the whole confusion, the resident said. Though the residents are very wary about talking to strangers about the incident, some, however, blame the present security situation in the area of the government. As the investigation into the killings continue under force headquarters, the community remains on edge, uncertain of when or how reprisals might unfold. Since Thursday, we've been aggrieved with the jungle justice attack of people the president called hunters travelers, and whom the Edo State Governor Monday Ekpebolo has referred to as just travelers. What are your thoughts on this report?
Well, first of all, we need to condemn the killing.
Right.
Because the lives of human beings were lost.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I believe a lot of people, a lot of prominent people like Obi, Atiku, and so on, they have come out to condemn the killing, because to lose a human being is painful.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to take a look at it from another angle. These travelers, I think they said they were from north. These hunters,
right.
I think so. They were from north.
If they were coming from the north?
No, they originally came from north.
Yeah, they are north.
So, does it sound plausible that hunters from north will be hunting in the south? Can a hunter from or a team of hunters from east be found in western forest hunting, or a team of hunters from south here be found in northeast or northwest hunting their forests? So we need to find out the truth of this matter, whether they were indeed hunters or they were armed terrorists. Because the vigilante people, I think they suspected that these people were terrorists. Some of the people that are causing insecurity in Nigeria. So we need to find out that and take care of that and solve the problem. And then the issue of reprisal attack that are trying to people are scared of. We have government, we have police, we have soldiers who can quell that. So I don't think a group of individuals coming to attack, coming to revenge on the death of their people should scare anybody in the community. Because the police are supposed to be there. And these people cannot be they cannot be more powerful than the police. They cannot be more equipped than the soldiers, unless there's a loophole somewhere. So people should not be afraid of these people, so that you don't encourage a few deranged people to come and cause mayhem in society, begin to terrorize other people. And maybe they feel that if anything happens, they are going to get away with it. And nobody should get away with killing another person in this country. So that is my own opinion, and the government of Edo State, they need to step up and do the right thing.
All right. Now, the governor of Edo State, like you said, do the right thing, has been trying to quell this issue since, this sad incident played out on Thursday. He has gone ahead to meet with families of the victims, and also, promised to compensate them. And, he has also reached out and visited the governor of Kano State to also, commiserate with them and also apologize as regards how the whole event played out. But I want to gather your thoughts on the angle where the residents was talking about them, they were saying being loading arms, and now they then moved, they had to be stopped with a truck. But when you think about this, and given that you see where the residents equally mentioned that the government failed to handle security in that area, and when insecurity becomes a thing that is not handled by the government, you see that certain times we get into such issues as this, where people now start standing up for themselves. So all right, what are your thoughts on this part of the report?
Well, I believe if I were in the shoes of the residents that saw the loaded vehicles or the loaded vehicle, they should have made a video to authenticate the whatever
claims.
thing the claims they were making. They should have made a video, and the vigilante, they too should have made a video, so that Nigerians can use all these things as evidence. Because I still believe that as far as they were called hunters with guns, were they hunters with arrows or bows? They were hunters with guns. And how did they get the guns? And if indeed they were loading a truck with arms, how did the arms get there? How did they get hold of the guns they were loading? And what was the intention of the guns they were loading? And where were they taking the loaded truck? Where did they intend to take the loaded truck to after loading it? So we need to find out all these things. The government needs to find out all these things and stand up and speak out against terrorism. Because all these things, these are signs of terrorism. Somebody a civilian shouldn't hold a gun, a loaded gun, and be moving about. It's terrorism. You are using it to scare people. So they need to do the right thing. then have the evidence, so that when somebody wants to tell us a different story, we have something to counter it.
Right.
So that's what they should do.
Now,
and
you've called on government to do the right thing. Why do you think when the people of Uromi, the people of Ogwashuku and all of those areas, they've been crying and clamoring that their wives are being raped, their mothers are being raped, their daughters are being raped, their husbands are being killed in their farmlands, and they've complained that many people are even scared of going out to the farm? Why do you think, this same approach that is being given now?
Yes.
Why do you think this approach wasn't given then?
Good. Now, why, if you take a look at this, people are crying out. I first of all acknowledge the fact that many people have been speaking out against the killing.
Right.
And the government is now trying to, especially leaders in the north, they believe that their people they are calming their youth because everybody is agitated and they want to revenge. Now, if you take a look at what happened in 2023, when Deborah was killed in the north, what was their reaction when that girl was killed? And what was the reaction of people from the south? Did they want to revenge? And that girl was unarmed. She didn't terrorize anybody. She didn't have a gun. She didn't load a truck. She didn't hunt with a gun anywhere. And she was murdered. And nothing happened. The federal government didn't do anything. It was an indictment on the federal government. Why would a set of people in this country, why would a mob lynch somebody and the government will not react, will not do something? It's a sign of failure. You can't do this kind of thing in another country and the government, the law will not catch up with you. They should have arrested those people or arrested the leaders that had the power to stop them, or they had the power to know where those people were, and nothing happened. But now they want to react. People are afraid. Well, people should not be afraid.
So
people should not be afraid of reprisal attacks, because it should not happen. Because we have the government, we have the security agencies that can quell them, that can give whatever thing they want. Since they want violence, you give them violence. But that is, nobody is calling for violence. What we are saying, we want accountability in this matter. Nigerians want accountability. How did this happen? We want to get to the root of this problem. We want to know the details, and then pass a message to these people that want to revenge that they cannot succeed.
Now, you pointed out to the case of Deborah and all of the sadness that filled. I remember that story very vividly and how it happened, and the videos and people showing their faces with the match when she was being burnt. And you did say that nothing happened about that matter. We still had people of high repute then. I think we had Vice President Atiku Abubakar come out to criticize the action.
Yes, I remember Vice President Atiku condemned the killing of Deborah.
Yes.
On his social media handles, right, and later deleted
deleted.
What does that tell you?
Now, do you think that when you look at that situation and weigh it with this one that's currently happened, even though these people were caught with arms, or it's reported that they were caught with arms and they were hunters, do you think that Nigeria plays, what's it called? Like we play a system that is not balanced?
That is it. There is imbalance in the system. There is huge gap.
You think it's a double standard?
Yes, they are just playing double standard. Our government, I'm sorry to say that, our government in many occasions, they have, our leaders, they have shown that they don't want to be accountable for anything. If anything happens in this country, we want to know the details, and we want, if it's something bad, we want the people that are responsible to be held accountable. If these people were ordinary people, unarmed civilians who were brutally murdered by security operatives, the security operatives should be held responsible, and they should face the consequences according to the law. But if these people were indeed maybe terrorists, they had the ulterior motive for loading a truck, get to the details and do the right thing instead of trying to use it to cause a national or ethnic crisis in the country.
Thank you.